were you when you had your first perm?
4 years old. I have on bobby socks. I was a football queen.
A football queen!
That. And he says, "Hey, what's your girl been walking in?" December the 7th, 1941. Remember people talking, and I didn't realize, what it was really like at all.
Hey guys, it's Caroline Eliza. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a little bit different. You guys can tell I'm in a little bit different of a background than you guys are used to seeing, and that is because I am joined by my lovely grandma, also known as Nonnie. We are on location in her home of
50 years.
Today is the first of a kind of series I'm going to be doing on my channel of interviewing from kind of a fashion perspective my family and friends. I have my grandma here, and so we are going to be covering 40s, 50s, and 60s mainly. I'm also going to be asking Nonnie just a couple things about her life, maybe how she thinks fashion affected her life, the whole thing. It's going to be super fun, pretty laid back. I'm going to be showing pictures of Nonnie in different outfits throughout the video that I will pop up here. One last thing, if you do not follow me on Instagram, you absolutely should. I post lots of really fun reels and pictures over there. First note, I am wearing Nonnie's pants. Can you see? What's the story about these pants?
Well, to begin with, they had a top. I wore them when I went dancing. It was very comfortable.
Yeah, because they're
very comfortable.
They're very like wide leg, comfy style. Long intro, let's get into the good stuff. My first question is, where were you born? What year was it? Did you live in the city, in the country, suburbs?
I was born in Brooklyn, Oklahoma, which was a little settlement. It wasn't really even big enough to be called a town. March the 20th, 1932. Big 9-0. My parents were teachers. I had 3 older brothers. My dad, county superintendent for 2 terms. My mother was a teacher. I went to a 3-room school. My parents both taught at that school. I went past the 8th grade.
This is from 1938. So you should be about 6. Is there anything you can tell us, just kind of any information of the 30s?
This doesn't say a lot about my background at that time because I had 3 big brothers, and I wore a lot of little things that were more boyish.
More boyish. So your mom must have really dolled you up for this picture.
She did.
She did.
I didn't prefer to wear dresses. I survived. I was not that impressed about clothing. That wasn't a biggie to me. We were very simple clothing. We didn't dress up, and the community was not a big thing to have pretty clothes.
It wasn't a thing. You lived in kind of the rural area of Oklahoma. To Kill a Mockingbird.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember that movie?
Yes.
And do you remember Scout?
Yes.
She was very tomboy. The movie took place in the 30s. So I'm kind of envisioning her wardrobe might have been like
pretty similar.
What you wore.
Well, I became a little more girlish as the years went by. In high school, I had a very busy time. I was a class officer. I was a football queen.
A football queen! You were about 15 years old in this picture. This would have been 1947. You are wearing the cutest set. A little pair of shorts and a little kind of cropped shirt. Can you tell me about this picture? Anything you can remember about this outfit from 1947?
My brother Pearson took that picture. He posed me. It was just common, very comfortable.
Did all your friends have an outfit like this?
It was a popular style.
Yeah.
There was 2 pieces, of course.
Right.
There was, so you did have a little
just
tummy
a little
showing.
bit, little bit.
I felt very comfortable in it. I imagine it might have come from one of the stores.
So it was store-bought. And as far as shoes, it looks like you're wearing like a little pair of moccasins, maybe. Was that like very popular?
Yes.
I mean, they're classic.
They would be popular
nowadays. This outfit's very classic, and you look beautiful in it. And that was in 1947. So you would have been in high school, living your best life, right? Were you the popular girl?
Enjoyed high school. I did. I made good grades, having 2 teachers at home. It was just a fun time.
Can you explain this picture? Because It's kind of funny.
I was chosen as football queen when I was a senior. I had no idea what kind of headwear I was going to be wearing. They had fashioned this.
And what is it? Because it kind of just looks like a flower.
Basically, it is a helmet. They had adorned it with all these flowers. Graduated in 1950. I became more aware of what I wore. And one of the reasons was I had another aunt who had grown up in Chicago. She opened my eyes to fashion.
Okay.
Yeah. She had a lot of cute clothes. She was kind of small for an adult. So she had things she would loan me.
That's great.
And she even gave me a suede jacket, you know, and I thought I was really uptown.
You got older, so you started to become a little bit more feminine, a little bit more in the know by this time, partly because of your aunt who lived in Chicago. That's amazing. Let's go on to college. You went to college at OSU. In Stillwater, Oklahoma. How was like college in general? Because I'm sure you were used to not a lot of people, like you said. It was a very small town that you grew up in. First couple years of college, like how was taking all that in?
Really fun, hard work. Had a lot of friends. That's of course where I met my husband.
Yes.
We had dances.
In this particular picture, you're with Grandpa Ted.
We were just dating. We got married when I was a junior and he was a senior.
So this is a formal. I have this dress in my closet at home right now. I'll post some pictures of me in it here. It's amazing that it's still intact. Did you wear it a lot?
I wore it about 3 different times to dances. I remember we were at a dance in the student union. When we walked in, my escort, a friend of his, was coming in and he says, "Hey, what's your girl been walking in?"
I think this is from around the same time.
Yes, I believe that was at college.
Do you remember anything about the sweater?
I just remember that I did like it because the color was good for me.
What color was it?
Light blue. It fit real well, wasn't too tight. The sleeves were different. It blended lighter and darker.
So it's kind of a color blocking detail. So that's interesting because in the 60s, you know, you really started to see a lot of color blocking. So it's interesting to see that was maybe a little bit in the 50s.
Yeah, and this might have been softer colors.
Talk a little bit about your hair. How old were you when you had your first perm?
4 years old.
4 years old. This is kind of very, very glam. Now this is again with Grandpa Ted.
We were married at that time.
Okay, you were married. Is it your wedding dress?
Well, I think the skirt part was.
Yes.
Because I wore a little fitted lace jacket.
I think we do have pictures from your wedding. I'll post them up here. You can see what she's talking about. And you were just utilizing the dress because why wear it just once? Did you wear a lot of pencil skirts or did you wear more full skirts?
I wore both, really.
What kind of shoes did you wear like in college?
We wore ballet slippers. We all wore black suede shoes with a heel. And we walked everywhere in them, not going to class in them.
Out to a party or get together.
Even to go down to the Leachman Theater. Walk down there in those heels. And I hadn't worn heels until I went to college.
This one right here. Now, I want to say this is later in the 50s. It looks like it's snowing.
I have on bobby socks and a straight skirt.
I think that this outfit really reminds me of something Lucy would have worn on I Love Lucy. Do you remember anything about the kind of clothes when you were newly married?
I liked clothes by that time.
So that's where I get it, everybody.
Yeah.
From my Nonnie.
I really enjoyed. And I still do.
Yes, you're very fashionable.
I love clothing. I'm very picky about it.
Let's fast forward a little bit. This is the 60s. Now this is a lot different of a look than the one we just looked at. You are a mom. You've had 2 children, probably about 10 years later. This is in Florida, either in Miami or Orlando. This is a very 60s look. Your hair is very 60s as well. You became a mother. Did that kind of slow down your fashion at all? Or did you just continue to like it?
Still liked it.
Do you remember any outfits, like your kind of typical go-to outfit as a relatively new mom?
This is kind of ironic, but I remember after Lisa was born, 58, my
Mother-in-law.
mother-in-law, and
Okay.
she brought me a pair of jeans. They fit me exactly, not too tight.
So that was right after you had given birth.
I could step right into those. They made me feel wonderful. They had a little stripe in them.
We are ready to fast forward a long ways. Your husband, he's passed away in 86.
86, so it was after that.
Probably late 80s. Your style is very classic. You really liked kind of basic quality garments. Was it Eileen Fisher?
I think it probably was. The skirt was long. It was just the most comfortable thing to wear.
You really liked comfort.
Uh-huh.
You're still wearing ballet flats. So
Yeah.
you loved ballet flats. So
Yeah.
elegant. At this time, like, what kind of brands did you wear? Liked Talbots for a very long time. Was it from a catalog?
There were Talbot stores, that I went to. So I didn't order much from the catalog at that time. And they fitted my way of life. I almost quit buying anything after I retired because it didn't fit my style to wear.
You retired not too long ago.
2008.
14 years ago. The last picture I have, and then we'll kind of like wrap everything up. Now this was taken probably in the past 5 years, would you say? Obviously we can just see a little bit of your head, but you're wearing that gorgeous blue color. So you really like blue, and you
I
look
love
amazing in blue. So that's kind of your life in looks. What is the sins that would sum up your style?
Comfort, not too extreme.
But you do like fashion. And
I
you
do.
Did,
I
and you
do.
did keep up with stuff. Did you make a lot of your clothes? Did your mom make a lot of your clothes?
No, my mother taught and took care of 4 children.
4 children, yeah.
She was pretty busy.
Your first kind of memory of hearing about war.
Well, I remember when we heard that we were to be
The
coming
U.S.,
off.
yeah.
Parents and I were at the home of my aunt. There were people talking, and I didn't realize, what it was really like at all. December the 7th, 1941 is when it started. We also heard about the war through the radio.
Right.
We kept up with everything that we could because we had my 2 older brothers.
Do you ever remember rationing of anything?
Oh yeah, from the very first we had to ration because materials went into making tanks, so we didn't have a lot of cars.
Well, this was really fun. We
was
covered
fun.
a little bit of the 30s. We covered the 40s, war era. 50, Nonnie started to become a little bit more feminine. She started wearing heels. She got married. She had kids. She just, throughout her whole life, has built up her very classy, elegant, comfortable style. 90 years of amazing fashion, right? So I like to say that I get my fashion sense from Nonnie, because I think I do.
Okay.
Thank you for sitting down and filming for however long we've been filming. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to do more in this series with different ages of women in my life. If you especially like this video, make sure to leave it a big thumbs up down below. If you liked me and Nonnie, because maybe she'll be back on the channel at some point, then make sure and do head down there and subscribe. Again, follow me over on Instagram. I post amazing things over there. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Do you like the big shoulders?
No, I wore them and felt very nice. When I look back at how
You just think they look funny?
I think they look so strange.
Are there any other trends that you think look strange?
Oh yeah,